Roman.
The door clicks shut in front of me as I step away from Ella's apartment, the soft click echoing in the quiet hallway. My lips, still tingling from our kiss, and a smile creeps onto my face before I can stop it. I touch my lips with my fingertips, almost as if confirming that the kiss really happened. The taste of her still lingers on mine. What the hell is happening to me? As I walk toward my apartment, I pull out my phone and hesitate, my thumb hovering over Caden's contact. Fuck it. I hit the call button.
It's me,
I say when he picks up.
Date's over. It went well.
Caden chuckles. I didn't think you'd be the type to date.
I'm not.
I snap. It's part of the plan. All right, easy, Caden says.
So, how'd it go, really?
I hesitate, my eyes drifting back to Ella's door up the hall. She's interesting. Just interesting? I frown. She's different, okay? She doesn't act like the others. Our little bird has some spirit, Caden muses. Yeah, well, spirit or not, she's not going anywhere this time, I reply, but even as I say it, I remember the look in her eyes, the way her voice wavered just slightly when she said goodnight. For the first time, I feel a flicker of doubt. Roman, Caden interrupts my thoughts. Just be careful, okay? Don't underestimate her. I don't underestimate her, I say. You what? Caden prompts when I don't finish. I hesitate, grinding my teeth. I don't know. Something feels off. Off how? I can't put my finger on it. She's making me feel distracted. Caden bursts into laughter. Oh man, you've got it bad.
Shut up.
I say, but there's no heat in it. Because part of me wonders if he's right. I say my goodbyes and hang up, shoving the phone back in my pocket. I head down the hallway, my thoughts a mess. I should be focused, excited even, that my plan is coming together. So why do I feel like I'm the one who's falling into a trap? As I turn away and head to my apartment, the weight of the moment sinks in. What the hell was that? Kissing her wasn't part of the plan. It's supposed to be about strategy, manipulation, getting her to drop her guard. I shouldn't feel, what? Satisfaction? A thrill that has nothing to do with the hunt? It gnaws at the edges of my mind, a silent predator stalking its prey. She's getting to you, it whispers, ever so softly. I shake my head, trying to get a grip. This is a mission. I've been after her for 2 years, and now I'm closer than ever. But it shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't feel anything. I'm not some damn lovesick teenager. I'm a grown man, an alpha. I'm supposed to be in control. She had been mine to chase, to capture, to own. So why did it feel like, for just a moment, the hunter had become the hunted? My lips tingled, still warm from her kiss, and I was hit with a sudden wave of realization. This was dangerous. Get it together, Roman, I mutter to myself as I unlock my door. Inside, my apartment is dark, empty, lifeless. It's like a contrast to how I felt just moments ago. I toss my keys on the counter and sink into a chair, my thoughts racing. Kissing her was a tactical mistake, a sign of weakness maybe. Damn it! I hiss under my breath. I'm in uncharted territory now. Ella is chipping away at me, and the worst part is, I can't tell if it's deliberate or just her being her. And I hate that I even have to consider the possibility that I could be the one getting played. Jittery, I get up to pour myself a glass of whiskey and sit back down, staring at the wall. I've spent years chasing after Ella, planning every detail to get her back. So why does one date, one fucking kiss, have me so rattled? I take a sip of my drink, feeling the burn slide down my throat, but it doesn't help. I'm still restless, still uneasy. And I hate it. I think about Ella, the way she laughed at my jokes, the way she looked at me. For the first time, I wonder what she sees when she looks at Jay. And why the hell do I even care? Cursing, I drain my glass and set it down hard on the table, annoyed with myself. I'm Roman, a fucking alpha. I don't get nervous, I don't second guess, and I sure as hell don't get distracted by a woman. But as I sit there in the dark, listening to the city outside my window, I know that's not true anymore. Ella's done something to me, something I don't fully understand. And I don't know if that makes her my greatest weakness or my biggest threat. Either way, I can't let it continue. She's going to be my Luna, and nothing can change that. But for the first time, I find myself wondering if that's what I really want, or if it's just what I've been told to want. The realization chills me. I shake my head, trying to clear it. No, this can't happen. I can't lose focus, not now, not when I'm so close. My phone buzzes on the counter, breaking my train of thought. It's another text from Caden, don't overthink it. I stare at the screen, my thumbs hovering over the keyboard. I could tell him it's all going to plan, that she's the one falling right into my trap. But that would be a lie. Because right now, I don't even know what the plan is. I lean back in my chair, running my hands through my hair. What am I doing? I've got no business feeling this way. She's a mission, a target, not a woman I want to. I cut that thought off before it can fully form. No, I can't afford to go down that road. I've come too far, waited too long, to let something as trivial as emotion get in the way. Stay focused, I tell myself. You're the alpha. Act like it. You're not Jay, not the man she wants. You're Roman fucking Nikolaev, the one she belongs to. I mutter under my breath, as if saying my name could bring back the resolute man I was before that kiss. I was the one who had chosen the battlefield, set the traps, and drawn first blood. But as I replayed the scene over in my mind, her eyes looking into mine, her lips parting, her body yielding, it struck me how dangerously close I'd come to falling into my own snare. As I sat on the edge of my bed, I made a pact with myself. I wouldn't run from this newfound vulnerability. Instead, I'd wield it like a weapon, carefully honing it until it was as sharp as any blade. Ella had brought this unfamiliar emotion out of me, and I would use it to make her feel the same, to pull her into this complicated web of destiny, power, and now, raw emotion. I lay back on the bed, staring at the ceiling as if it held the answers to the complex equation that my life had become. She would still be mine, that much would never change. But now, a new question haunted me. If she becomes mine, what part of me becomes hers? However, as I close my eyes, trying to clear my mind, I realize that's the problem. Alphas claim what's theirs, without hesitation, without doubt. And as much as I hate to admit it, tonight, for the first time, I wasn't sure who was claiming whom.
Ella.
I wake up to the soft rays of morning light filtering through the curtains, and for a moment, I simply lay there, my eyes closed, a smile stretched across my face. The memories of last night's date with Jay, our laughter, the shared glances, and especially that electrifying kiss, floated through my mind like a sweet melody. Rubbing my eyes, I sat up, swinging my legs over the side of the bed. My feet touched the cool floor, and I felt invigorated, as if I were walking on air. I padded to the bathroom and splashed cold water on my face, meeting my own reflection with a grin. Today is going to be a good day, I whispered to myself. After a quick shower, I threw on a simple t-shirt and jeans, my usual work attire, but today it felt different, like I was dressing for a special occasion. I braided my hair to the side and even put on a bit of mascara and lip gloss. Why not? It was a day worth celebrating, even if it was just another Wednesday. As I got my things ready to head out, my phone buzzed on the kitchen counter. I grin when I see the text message and literally almost kicked my feet in the air. Good morning, Ella. Hope your day is as beautiful as you are. My heart soared as I typed out my reply. Good morning, Jay. Have a great day, X. Oh, goddess, that was lame, wasn't it? Why did I have to put the X there? Shaking my head, I grab my things and head out to my first shift. Locking the door behind me, I take the stairs 2 at a time, my feet barely touching the ground. The air outside is crisp, but the sun is shining, a beautiful Seattle rarity. The coffee shop is only a short walk away, and as I push through the door, the familiar scent of freshly ground coffee beans enveloped me. I headed straight to the counter where Sam was already setting things up for the morning rush. The coffee shop was alive with the chatter of people grabbing their morning caffeine fix, the usual for midweek morning. My eyes kept going to the door, hoping to land on a pair of green eyes, but it didn't look like Jay needed his latte this morning. I was behind the counter, swiping through orders on the screen, when Sam sidled up next to me. All right, spill the beans, Ella. He nudges me with his elbow. You're grinning like you won the lottery or something. I let out a happy sigh. Jay and I had our first date, and it was pretty awesome. No way. Details, girl, details, he exclaims, as if he's more excited about it than I am, and I giggle as I recall the previous night. We went to dinner, had an amazing time, and then we walked around a bit. Oh, and he kissed me. I felt my cheeks redden just thinking about it. A kiss? That's big news. Was it a movie-worthy, sweep you off your feet kinda kiss? Pretty much. Felt like fireworks. I gush, literally still feeling his lips on mine, his scent all around me, his body. But hey, slow down there, Turbo. I mean, it's great you're vibing with this guy, but don't go jumping in too fast. Sam's tone suddenly shifts to serious as he looks at me with a raised eyebrow. You think? It's just a kiss, Sam, I say, trying to shrug it off. Yeah, but you've always been a bit guarded, which is totally fair. Just saying, don't go ignoring any red flags, okay? He says, putting a hand on my shoulder. I know he means well, and granted I am quite guarded, so it must be odd for him to see me like this. Sighing, I realize he's right. I'm jumping in without checking the waters, and that can be dangerous. For the next 2 days, Jay was MIA. No visits to the coffee shop, but each morning there was a single rose waiting on my doorstep. His texts were sweet, good morning, Ella. Good night, Ella. Away on work, see you soon. I find it endearing that he even bothers to text me to let me know he won't make it that day. I mean, it's not like we're a thing or even dating. But the fact that he even bothers. I shouldn't feel this happy about it. The cafe is swamped this evening. It was one of those crazy days where everyone and their mom decided they needed a double shot of something. The entire day it was like this, weekend rush, and with the overcast weather, everyone wants to pose with a latte for their Instagram images. By the time I lock up, it's late, and I am dead tired. Thank goddess, my apartment isn't far because I would kill to soak in a delicious bath with my favorite bath bombs and essential oils. I need it after this week. Walking back to my apartment, I suddenly felt a creepy sensation, like eyes boring into the back of my head. I look around, but the streets are deserted, not a soul in sight. My heart started to race as I picked up my pace, hoping to get home soon. Then I heard it, footsteps. The sound echoes, keeping pace with me. I freak out as my walking turns into a brisk pace. It felt like someone was hunting me. Adrenaline surged through me, and I broke into a run, my heels clicking wildly against the pavement. Whoever was behind me was also running now, and fear, ice-cold fear, stabs me through the heart. I was panting, heart pounding in my chest like it was about to explode. But I see my apartment building up ahead and break out in a run and don't stop even when I reach the lobby. A wave of dread washes over me. I am genuinely scared for my life. Fumbling like crazy, I finally got my key into the lock, burst into my apartment, and slammed the door behind me. I double-locked it, triple-locked it. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely get the chain in place. I slid down the door and sat on the floor, my heart still racing, then I reached into my boot and pulled out a dagger. What the hell was I doing, getting all lovey-dovey and letting my guard down like this? Stupid, stupid, stupid. Hugging the dagger to my chest, I decided I'd sleep right here tonight. Sam's warning echoed in my mind, don't go ignoring any red flags. And here I was, ignoring the biggest red flag of all, my own gut feeling telling me to stay alert, stay alive. How could I be so stupid? I'm not a normal 20-something with a job at a cafe. I'm on the run from the most ruthless alpha in the country. A date with a handsome man doesn't change that. But even as I think this, a sick thought occurs to me. Will I need to leave this life behind now? Did they catch up to me after 2 years? As I sat there, clutching my dagger like a lifeline, I felt like a complete idiot. I was falling for a guy I hardly knew while completely forgetting that I had reasons to be cautious, reasons I couldn't afford to forget. I was still on the run, even if for one foolish moment, I let myself believe I wasn't. So, I waited. For dawn, for answers, for the nerve to face another day. And as I sat there, staring at the pale light seeping under the door, I realized that sometimes the most dangerous thing you can do is forget why you were scared in the first place.
Ella.
The blaring of my alarm clock was so loud, it felt like it was piercing through my eardrums. I groaned, my head feeling like it was stuffed with cotton balls. The hours stretched on, and with every passing moment, the haunting memories and gnawing paranoia seemed to grow stronger. I dragged myself out of bed, my body aching for the rest it couldn't have. The shower is cold that morning, jolting me awake. I need to get my head into gear right now, I can't afford to be distracted at work. As I made my way to the cafe, each step felt like a marathon. My footsteps echoed through the quiet morning streets, with the sound of my headache pulsing in time with each step. The familiar chime of the cafe door greeted me, but even the comforting scent of coffee couldn't lift my spirits. I ambled to the counter, where Sam gave me a concerned look. "You all right?" he asks, his eyebrows knitting together. "Yeah, I'm fine," I mutter. "Just a rough night." The morning rush began, and I found myself fumbling like a beginner. I burned a couple of bagels, spilled milk twice, and managed to get an espresso order completely wrong. Even my hands trembled as I handed out drinks, my usually steady grip faltering. Sam glanced at me with increasing worry but said nothing, probably choosing to pick his battles. Before I knew it, the door chimed again, and this time it was the one person who used to put a smile on my face. Our eyes met, and for a split second, everything else seemed to fade away. But then reality hit me like a bucket of ice water. There had been no Rose that morning, that must mean he's back in town. I didn't even realize the flower was missing from my doorstep. "Ella," my manager's voice sliced through my thoughts. "You need to go home. You're not yourself today." I opened my mouth to protest, but Jay was already by my side, a concerned look etched on his handsome face. "Can we talk?" he asked softly. I nodded, too weary to argue. He guides me to the back of the cafe, where the noise from the coffee grinders was a dull roar. The concern in his eyes was unmistakable. "What's going on, Ella? You seem distant, almost like you're somewhere else." I look into those gorgeous eyes of his, pools of emeralds ready to sweep me under. But this time I don't find comfort in his gaze, I just feel uneasy. "It's nothing, really. I'm just tired." I deflect, and he raises his eyebrow. He leans against the counter, crossing his arms. "That's a lie, and you know it. Talk to me, beautiful." "Why do you care?" My words were sharper than intended. "I told you, I'm fine." He blanches at this, clearly not expecting me to snap. "Because I do. Because when someone I care about is clearly struggling, I want to help." Jay shoots back. He sighs, running his fingers through his hair. "Look, I might not know you that well yet, but I can tell when something's up. Please, talk to me." For a moment, I waver, almost willing to spill everything, the fear, the sleepless night, the sensation of being watched. But I held back. As much as I like Jay, I can't trust him with my secrets. "Really, Jay, I appreciate the concern. I'm just tired, that's all," I say, offering a wilted smile, knowing I must look like I'm in pain or something. He looks at me long and hard, as if trying to peer into my very soul. Finally, his shoulders seem to droop and he nods, his jaw tense. "All right, if you say so. Just promise me you'll take care of yourself." When I nod, he pulls me close and plants a kiss on my forehead. The movement literally causes a jolt to shoot through my body and, from the way his body tenses up, tells me he didn't intend to do it. I peer up at him and see the questions floating there, daring me to answer them, but I can't, even if everything in me is telling me to. If this keeps up, if I get followed again, then I'll need to move. As much as I hate the prospect of leaving this town behind, I'll need to if I want to stay alive. Especially since I don't know if it's my father's men after me or Roman's. I doubt that bastard has let the insult go, so what's with the mind games now? Does he want to drive me insane before he makes his move? I can't risk it. I can't risk Jay's life like that. After Jay leaves, I convince my manager that I'm fine and I put last night out of my head. I need this distraction before I go crazy at home, jumping at every non-existent noise. Later that night, the feeling crept up on me again as I walked home, like the cold touch of a ghostly hand. I am being watched. I can feel someone's eyes on me. My breathing becomes rapid and shallow, and my heart feels like it's about to burst out of my chest as I try to outrun the dread that has taken hold of me. A few more steps, then I'm home. I just need to. Then I hear it. The guttural growl, followed by a sadistic chuckle that seemed to echo from every direction. Panic surges through me like a tidal wave, drowning out everything else. It's a fucking wolf following me. They've found me. With every stride, my muscles burned, and my lungs heaved for breath as I sprinted down the dark streets. Every shadow seemed menacing, every noise a threat. Just as I felt my legs were about to give out, the familiar entrance of my apartment building loomed ahead. I burst through the front door, my eyes scanning the lobby frantically. And there he was, Jay, about to step out. He turns his head towards me and frowns, then without thinking, I launch myself into his arms, my body shaking uncontrollably. Jay! I call out his name as I slam into his chest. The sobs that were threatening to come to the surface, now bubbles over. His arms tighten around me instantly, pulling me closer as if he could shield me from all the horrors of the world. Ella, what's... Someone's following me! My voice came out as a frantic whisper, my eyes darting to the door behind me. Without another word, Jay grabs my hand and yanks me into the elevator, jabbing at the buttons. The doors closes just in time, sealing us off from whoever, or whatever, had been stalking me. As we ascended, my eyes locked onto Jay's. His grip on my hand tightens as if to anchor me to safety. For a fleeting second, the boundaries between my two worlds, my hidden past and my newfound life, blurred into a murky haze. But it is a collision I could no longer avoid. Fear, relief, and a torrent of unspoken questions swirled between Jay and me in that tiny elevator. Whatever happened next, one thing was terrifyingly clear: my two worlds were on a collision course, and the impact could very well shatter me. Holding onto Jay's hand tightly, as if it were the only thing keeping me from falling apart, I prepared myself for the unavoidable consequences. But for now, in this very moment, his presence was my only solace.